Two terror targets in the subcontinent and one inspiration. That's televangelist Zakir Naik. Turns out that the man banned in several countries wasn't just the inspiration for the Dhaka terrorist attack and the terrorists, but also the ISIS module busted in Hyderabad. What matters now is whether India would ban this controversial Islamist preacher or even issue an arrest warrant against the certified hate preacher.
Every Muslim should be a terrorist.
This is the man, the terror evangelist inspiring terrorists in the subcontinent. Earlier, India Today revealed the influence he peddled with the Dhaka terrorists. Now, it's emerging that the vitriolic preacher inspired the Hyderabad jihadis as well. According to highly placed sources, chief of the Hyderabad module, Ibrahim Yazdani, was deeply influenced by the virulent preacher. These speeches from long ago had reportedly inspired Yazdani to take the path of terror. Sources say Ibrahim even attended Naik's 10-day-long camp as a volunteer in 2010. In Dhaka, it was the same televangelist who inspired the young jihadis who massacred 20 at the Dhaka's Holy Artisan Bakery. One of the Dhaka terrorists, Rohan Imtiaz, apparently shared one of Naik's speeches on his Facebook page. The revelations have led to a massive uproar against the preacher in India and in Bangladesh, both countries where Zakir Naik has a massive following.
और इनके इदारों को बंद करें, क्योंकि इनके इदारे जब तक चलते रहेंगे, ये लोगों के जहनों को ख़राब करते रहेंगे. लिहाजा ये डॉक्टर नाइक को यहाँ पर बैन किया जाए.
It should be proactive decision of the government. Government should come proactively ahead of it. We should ban these people. What sort of Islamic thoughts are there?
The present government of Bangladesh, the present regime, is very, very favorable to India's concern. The threat of terrorism is not limited to one country. It has to be fought globally.
Zakir Naik's speeches are banned in many countries, including UK and Canada, but not in India, where he continues to be extremely popular yet controversial. Even a country like Bangladesh, where attack has taken place, is contemplating a ban on him. However, even though there is a link of Hyderabad chief of ISIS module having a link with him, there has not even been a questioning of the controversial leader, perhaps because there is not much evidence. But if there is a request which comes in from Bangladesh, that could perhaps make things easier for the government of India. With camera person Sanjeev, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
Okay, let's go straight now to Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai. He is outside the very controversial preacher's office. Now, Mustafa, tell us a little bit more about this person, who's known to have made those very bitter and caustic remarks and, those sermons to all of his followers. Who is this person?
Avantika, if you go to see Dr. Zakir Naik was a medical professional, and it was around 10 to 15 years back that he came up with Islamic Research Foundation. He started with giving public speeches and he started preaching Islam to others. He has also been a person who has always compared other religions with Islam and tried to convey that Islam is a better religion. And at the same time, he has been in controversy because in 2010, when he was commenting on 26/11 attacks, he had said that he had made a reference saying that every Muslim should be a terrorist. Though he claims that his comment was quoted out of context, but after that he was banned in Canada and UK. And it's true that it now comes to light that people, the youngsters in India, in Bangladesh who are radicalized, have somewhere been motivated by these speeches.
Okay.
Maybe have somewhere they have misinterpreted this, they have used this in the radical process. And that raises finger on Dr. Zakir Naik and his preachings, and whether should he have been more alert if he has not directly, maybe indirectly influenced people in radical thinking.
Okay, we also have with us our Mumbai Bureau Chief Sahil Joshi for more on this. Sahil, now if, Zakir Naik has allegedly made those hate speeches and has openly propagated terrorism, it is believed that he's controversially urged Muslims to be terrorists, then why no action has been taken against this person?
See, first of all, this is not the first time that Zakir Naik has got himself into a controversy. Secondly, what the security agencies, especially the agencies like ATS or the crime branch, Mumbai crime branch, are telling us that there is no complaint or investigation against Zakir Naik or Islamic Research Foundation. But since 2006, Islamic Research Foundation is definitely under surveillance. These agencies have kept their close watch on Islamic Research Foundation and the activities which are being done by Islamic Research Foundation, like running a school, having Peace TV, organizing some lectures. So they are keeping eye on that, because in 2006 in Mumbai train blast, one of the Indian Research Foundation's member was arrested by ATS. Later he was released. He was discharged, but there is no crime committed by Zakir Naik in India at this point of time. So there is no ban on Indian Research Islamic Research Foundation. Secondly, it's very difficult to say that because of Zakir Naik's speeches, these terror attacks are happening. Yes, there is a section in Muslims. They think that Zakir Naik teaches Ahle Hadith sect of Islam. He also is kind of a radical. His preachings are kind of a radical preachings. But the security agencies till date have not been able to zero in whether any particular attack has happened because of Zakir Naik's speeches.
Okay, fine. So Sahil, we just in fact hear from the ministry. We have our correspondent who spoke to the Minister of State for Home, Kiren Rijiju, on Zakir Naik.
Separate question, but put it together. Put your question, but no, I can't do that.
Sir, do tell us, as far as the Dhaka seat itself is concerned, there seems to be links to Zakir Naik. Now, there seems to be hate speeches which are coming in from him. There's also a Hyderabad module link which has been established with him. Is there going to be a certain action against him? Is there certain evidence against him?
See, as regards to action, I cannot spell out what actions are likely to be taken. But I can tell you that we are not lying low. Government is very alert, and government will take action whatever is necessary. But I cannot make a declaration because that will be not wise.
You know, some of the countries have banned him, including UK, Canada, even Malaysia. Now, Bangladesh is also contemplating banning him. What about India? Does his speech amount to hate speech? Is there going to be a certain amount of action? There's not even been a questioning. We're not even talking about arrest here.
You see, when he comes back to India, now, if I spell out something, it will not be wise. When he comes back to India, then you will see what we are going to do.
Your own alliance partner, the Shiv Sena, has been demanding that he
That's what I'm saying. Today, we have not taken action. Doesn't mean that there will be no action, but I can't spell it out.
So my one final question to you is, are you sending an NSG team? There's been a talk about how India is going to be cooperating with Bangladesh. Has Bangladesh asked for any cooperation on Zakir Naik? And is there a team from India, the NSG, going there?
The present regime in Bangladesh has been continuously working with India with full understanding, especially with regards to security matters. We are working closely on that. But I can't spell out about this particular incident how we are working.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us. Here, Kiren Rijiju speaking to us and clearly spelling out that there is a close cooperation from Bangladesh. But remember, even as we're talking about evidence, and they're saying they cannot spell out what action will be taken against Zakir Naik, but it's very clear as far as Home Ministry is concerned, they're keeping a keen eye on him. But remember, they need enough evidence against him to nail him and pin him. With camera person Sanjeev, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
Okay, let's go now straight to our Mumbai Bureau Chief Sahil for more on this. Sahil, it seems that, the government is caught on a sticky wicket because on one side they are getting in a lot of pressure from the Shiv Sena to ban this particular person and his organization. But on the other hand, they still need to collect the evidence and produce it in court before they can take any action or even arrest him.
Absolutely. In fact, that's what in the MOS Home Kiren Rijiju was mentioning at this point of time, that they do not ban individuals, they ban the organizations. And let me tell you, that is the reason why Sanatan Sanstha could not also be banned, despite various reports from the security agencies and even the Maharashtra Home Department requesting the Central Home Ministry to ban Sanatan Sanstha. They did not go ahead and ban Sanatan Sanstha because they knew that finally in the court they will have to come with the evidence evidence against that particular organization. So now what, as the government is mentioning that they will have to take a report from the security agencies, the investigating agencies, whether the Islamic Research Foundation is spreading radical elements in the country. Is it can this particular foundation can be banned? Is there any enough evidence with the government that the case will stand in the court against Islamic Research Foundation? After that, this particular decision will be taken. But let me tell you one thing: since 2006, it has been under surveillance and under watch of the investigating agencies, the security agencies, and intelligence. Enough intelligence have been collected by the security agencies to keep a watch on Zakir Naik and his activities.
So Zakir Naik has been under watch since the year 2006. Sahil, stay with me. We're getting in some more breaking news. That the family of Zakir Naik has now jumped to his defense. In an exclusive conversation with India Today, Naik's brother-in-law, Mubarak Kapadi, has said that the reports of Zakir Naik preaching terrorism is absolutely wrong. He claims that Zakir has always said that murder of even one innocent person is murder of humanity. So let's just listen in to that exclusive conversation that his brother-in-law has had with our correspondent.
He never propagated terrorism. He never said that go and do the bomb blast and become a human bomb. He never said. Now, out of context, if somebody picks and chooses some sentences for his or her interest, then that is a different thing. But then, actually, you cannot say that some guy got inspired. See, somebody may be having some CDs and cassettes lying over there. When somebody is having a cassette of the songs of Michael Jackson, that doesn't mean he is inspired by Michael Jackson's songs. So it is all baseless allegations, and very soon he will be coming to India, and he will clarify his own position, and he will face the media for that.
Okay, Sahil Joshi is with us. In fact, he's taking us through, the person Zakir Naik and his organization and all of those speeches that he has apparently made. But, Sahil, is there evidence to show that, he has indeed made those vitriolic speeches propagating terrorism? And if there is evidence, then why hasn't any action been taken? Now, you did mention that he has been under surveillance, but there has to be a reason why he has been banned in the United Kingdom and Canada.
See, he is banned in United Kingdom and Canada because his open support to Osama bin Laden, his speeches that every Muslim should be a terrorist, these speeches landed him in this problem, and in UK and Canada he was banned. But at the same time, he also runs a Peace TV for which the INB ministry has not given him license. This particular television runs from Dubai. It has a head office in Dubai. The security agencies also tell us that the funding which this particular television gets is also under watch. They do not know from where actually the funding for this particular television Zakir Naik gets from. But what the agencies tell us that he has not done anything in this particular country, like in India, that any action can be taken against him. Now, what happened in Bangladesh, they are waiting for the official report from the Bangladeshi agencies whether Zakir Naik's speeches or his teachings were responsible for making those terrorists radical. They converted into radicalism. They did that particular act because of the Zakir Naik speeches. That is yet to be confirmed officially from the Bangladeshi security agencies. They are yet to confirm that to the agencies here. After that, the remaining action can be followed. Now, as the government has said, they are waiting for the agency's reports. So they will have to submit the report regarding this particular case. So we'll have to see what happens once Zakir Naik is back in India. He is right now in Saudi Arabia, and he will be back by 11th of July. And after that, he has promised that he will be speaking to media about the allegations against him and the new reports which are coming in.
But the Home Ministry is, not ignoring this. In fact, they are not lying low, as Kiren Rijiju just mentioned right here on our channel to our correspondent Kamaljeet, and would be keeping a close watch on Zakir Naik, the controversial Islamic preacher. For now, Sahil and Mustafa, thanks so much for joining us. But let's just tell you who exactly is Zakir Naik. How did this person turn into an alleged hate speaker? Watch this report to understand the man who was idolized by the Dhaka terrorists.
Every Muslim should be a terrorist.
Last question before you accept Islam.
One of my last questions.
Before you accept Islam.
So you as a Muslim saying that Osama bin Laden is right or wrong, have you checked up?
Qiyamah day, no one knows except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
If he's on the truth, if he's fighting the enemies of Islam, I'm for it.
50-year-old Dr. Zakir Naik is a noted Islamic orator and founder of the Mumbai-based Islamic Research Foundation that he set up in 1991. He's a televangelist who runs a channel for Islamic teachings called Peace TV. But ironically, his teachings are anything but about peace.
So a creation which doesn't have a free will and always obeys God is a good creation but not the ultimate creation. The human beings have a free will, they can either obey or disobey Almighty God.
It was terror sermons like these which inspired the perpetrators of the Dhaka attack and the alleged ISIS suspects apprehended by the National Investigation Agency in Hyderabad. A follower of the late South Africa-based preacher Ahmad Didat, Zakir Naik follows the former style of using English and technology to reach out to people. He delivers his lectures in crisp English, dressed in three-piece suits with a tie.
Somebody raped that woman. Nowhere does the Quran say that a woman is raped, she'll go to hell. If she was a good lady, and if she was not the cause of the rape, and if somebody troubled her, she may go to Jannah.
He's a qualified medical practitioner whose studies include Shrutis and Smritis, the Bible and the Quran. Naik has received Saudi Arabia's most prestigious award from the Gulf states King Salman for being one of the most renowned non-Arabic speaking promoters of Islam. But it was his comment calling on all Muslims to become terrorists that propelled him to the center of controversy.
Every Muslim should be a terrorist. The thing is that if he's terrorizing a terrorist, he's following Islam. Whether he is or not, I don't know. But you as a Muslim, without checking up, laying allegations also wrong.
The Islamic Research Foundation claims that Zakir Naik's words were twisted out of context.
Every Muslim should be a terrorist for all wrongdoers in this society. That was the context in which it was said. But in what context now they are taking, it was never said by me.
But Naik, a former medical doctor, has courted controversy several times in the past. In 2010, the conservative British government revoked his visa and barred him from entering Britain. He has also famously reiterated in the past that he cannot term Osama bin Laden as a terrorist. With Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.